Hi, welcome to this overview of Digital Product Passport solution. What I am Stefan Larsson. I am the founder and a global group CEO for the company. So in this presentation, I will talk a little bit more broader perspective, how we see the future of manufacturing and circularity, and how Digital Product Passport solutions play a major shift in this manufacturing industry. We enable an instant product identification. We give direct access to owners of products to the actual information they need. And then we link that through the spare part technology and the very advanced manufacturing capabilities we have in our cloud platforms to an on-demand authentication and repair. So this is what I will explain a little bit more in this presentation. So first of all, what's the major problem? We have a massive issue in today's global economy. We have a prevalent mass production model, primarily based in the Far East, and it contributes massively to the degradation of our environment. So even mass storage, huge facilities to just keep spare parts on the shelf, but also, of course, all the shipping and transportation that we do all over the world, especially with parts. So all this warehousing, all this transportation is, of course, it leads to extensive pollution. And there is solutions to this in this additive manufacturing industry and with advanced technology. The other thing we see as a huge problem is that in the circular economy and the way products are made, they are hindered in very many ways to be repaired or refurbishment or reused in different ways because you lack the knowledge of this product. You don't have any blueprints and drawings. You don't have any CAD models. You don't have any connection to support channels. You don't know where to find spare parts, what to repair, how to repair. And all this is something that we intend to solve with a digital product passport. Of course, it's very annoying with the cycle of waste, and even according to United Nations, it's even worse that 20% of the mass-produced parts that are warehoused are actually never even utilized. They are never find their proper place and will not become a component of a bigger product. They actually contribute to landfill and to waste. And this is, of course, a nightmare. And this is where we believe that all spare part libraries should be kept digital as long as they can be digital, not impacting the environment. And then on-demand manufacturing and doing that local with local materials, and even better using local recycled materials to produce those spare parts when you need it for the particular product that you have an issue with. And connecting the dots on this is information. So you need information about the product's material composition, what spare parts are available either to buy, to make, or get made. And with this in the DPP, it will be possible to repair and refurbish. And of course, later on, easier also to recycle because you have knowledge about the actual parts and their material compositions. Going in from that massive global economical problem, we can look at what we call the physical metaverse. And what we are looking at is really using data carriers and identifiers in different ways to connect the product itself with its own information. And this information is not static in any way. It's basically hosted by different type of web service solutions like What.io, but it's controlled and owned by the manufacturer itself. So they have the ability to update and maintain the data on their own products. Everything from assembly drawings to information material, product manuals, updates, links to spare parts, etc. So we call this an embedded identification technology. NFC is near field communication, and these small tags, they basically look like this little chip. They are super cheap. super passive, don't require any battery. And it's based on an ISO standard called 14443A. And this is what can even be embedded. And the beauty with 3D printing is that you can even embed it during printing inside the material. And especially with FDM 3D printing, you have the capability to have a slot where you pause the print and you can basically add the identifier inside the product. So we at Warayo, we are really at the forefront of this digital transformation. We also call it product lifecycle management, but in a way, the industry is now changing because of the European Union regulation and also the Surpass 2 project where we are a part of. So we call it more and more DPP. And Warayo is a platform that supports this legislation and this DPP. We try to bridge then the gap between the physical product and the digital product information and enabling it like a rich product page that encompasses all lifecycle information. This can be called a digital product passport. We also, of course, are really keen on the manufacturing side and repair side of the product. So adding intelligent 3D models and potential to actually manufacture parts long time after you owned it. In 10 years, you can still find these parts in the DPP, and you can either make it yourself in your garage, or you can actually outsource it, or you can at least find where can I get these kind of parts. So really, our ambition is to really fully decouple overseas manufacturing and logistic chains with manufacturing. And of course, we cannot do everything at once, but we can start. And there's a lot of products and parts and components that can be made in metal, in plastic, in rubber, and in hybrid materials that can replace the original item that is broken. So on the upside, the new world is really look at local manufacturing run by a lifecycle platform or multiple of platforms, using clever technology like AI, APIs, web tokens, and everything to build that digital twin for the product that then can create new versions of itself. And of course, looking at the below, you have this global product sourcing and waste management process, which is massive. We just produce for the masses, and many of the products are not even see the light of day and become useful. They just end up being produced and then spending 10 years in a warehouse, and then they become waste. These kind of things and wasteful way of working, we need to stop that. So we have built a complete ecosystem. So really bridging the gap between the digital and the physical. Any kind of computer-aided design system today, which is used for manufacturing, like Autodesk Fusion, Mechanical Desktop, Dassault's, CATIA, SolidWorks, and many more. These are, of course, the backbone of making a kind of a production model or manufacturable model. And these items, these files that they can represent in 3MF or STL, is those formats. We can host them on our site. We can also host links to G-codes and links to other production system that can immediately run a 3D print farm. And then you add also data, digital data from PIM systems, PLM systems, or any kind of ERP or systems where it can be PDFs, it can be other type of metadata, everything from GTIN numbers to SKUs, support info, e-commerce links, etc. All this is on the digital side. On the physical side, though, you need to be able to read these data carriers or identifiers. And for this, there is different hardware devices based on microcontrollers. There is apps using either the Google Android system or Apple iPhone, where you can program these NFC tags, and you can read with a camera or just tap on them, or you can actually do more advanced things with the app. And of course, the ambition is to connect this to a network of manufacturers. So you enable the user to make things on demand locally when you need it. removing the whole transport and warehousing. What you see here is one of the biggest 3D print farms in Scandinavia, and we work very closely with Lost Boys Lab in the south of Sweden to develop a lot of this technology. But basically, the vision is that you can tap on a product, figure out and see the spare parts, read a manual, and maybe even chat with an AI to figure out what needs to be replaced. And then whatever it's a small plastic part or something that broke, you can instantly go to a service bureau like these 3D print farms, and they will manufacture it for you if you don't have your own capabilities to run a 3D printer. So this connectivity is something we do a lot of work on, and we have the ambition to build like this gigantic network of connection points. So all in all, what this makes us is a very advanced spare part management system to support local microfactories. And this is the real ambition. This is a very big total addressable market. It's basically the whole world, everything which is produced today, regardless of industry, will need to have some kind of digital product passport to make that link between the digital data and the physical item. So this is a massive market we are going into, and an area which it's completely poised for an explosive growth. Additive manufacturing as such, or what people in regular days call 3D printing, is probably one of the most interesting industries or manufacturing technologies to connect to. One of the reasons is the fact that it can be run in very different sizes, from micro factories to bigger factories, but it can also be using recycled materials. So recycled plastic, recycled carbon reinforced nylon. You can even have up to 50-60% wood, recycled wood and reclaimed wood inside the materials. There is no stop, and these material developments are going on as we speak. And there's a lot of then environmental and efficiency gains that you shifted towards a local production of parts, which significantly change the benefits and assist the environment, and actually have much lower impact on the environment and the carbon emissions. Yeah, so this is really on demand, changing to local. The digital part, however, is of course global. So you can sell globally, but you will manufacture locally. Our sales strategy overview is, of course, to work very closely with production tools for 3D printing and the 3D printing industry as such. One of the major manufacturing platforms, SimplePrint, is one of our first connection points, where we right now are working with connecting the whole manufacturing network into What.io, and do this collaboration between manufacturing cloud platforms and digital product passport. So we look for this seamless integration. We work also with a focus on larger clients, where we assist in understanding how DPPs will change the way. What.io is super simple. It's a cloud service platform. It's free to start to use. And then there is web services depending on how much and what kind of functionality you are looking for. So we're already in our 5th year in DPP. We are well ahead of the competition. We host thousands of products and parts. More than, I think today, it's actually more than 150 teams online that's using our technology. And they use that to build up the digital product passports in the cloud, maintain them, update them, and of course also to manufacturing of the token and the unique identifier on the actual chip with our technology. We entered into the Surpass 2 EU project this autumn, and we're working on different type of APIs and connectivity now with everything from AI, from ChatGPT, to Stripe integration into our solution to assist our users in moving on to a digital product passport, which should be flexible and updatable. We work with a revenue stream on subscriptions. It is free to start, however, so there is different subscriptions that the manufacturers can jump on board to, depending on the volumes and so on. And then you can also add-ons to our system. So it's ready basically to add like an AI chatbot if you want to speak to the products or chat to the products. We have a different type of copyright applications for 3MF. There is also API set up if you want to have an API connection from a computer to computer connection. It means you have a database already where you want to edit things and you want it to be automatically edited in What.io. Then you can build an API relationship. And there's a lot of different examples of how to use that. When we look at one of the best cases is Infinite Acoustics. It's a very advanced passive hi-fi speaker. These loudspeakers are made with 3D printing in mind, and they have a whole franchising concept for manufacturing. And basically, by tapping on the top of the logo, you get access to all the facts and data, operation manuals, sound profiles. You can find spare parts. If something breaks, the driver break or the crossover, you need to change a component, you want to tweak it. And I think you can even make these yourself if you have your own speaker. You can just buy the material and buy components. This is a pretty neat case, but I think that Infinite Acoustics, that's where we showcase, or they really showcase the future of making products and doing that in a new brand world. So at the core of the digital product information, and of course, kind of an AI-powered market growth, we see that What.io is very well suited. We have a super easy and well-developed cloud-based solution. We have a nice certification process. We have a US patent for the token we generate that is trying to stop counterfeiting and really is adding another level of originality and proof of originality on the tokens and on the NFC tags. We have an open system with API. We don't lock it in to a specific brand or something like that. We keep things open. And yeah, we can basically scale to other industries and demand as we go along. But yeah, so to summarize what we're doing, we design What.io with microfactories in mind. We are very focused on the additive manufacturing industry and how to solve the whole spare parts issue, as this, we believe, is one of the biggest problems as we see in the planet today, and to get circular economy and lifecycle platforms to work. And of course, we seamlessly integrate with any kind of proprietary system or PLM, PDM, ERP. You can use URL links, webhooks, you have the API solution, etc. This integration of different systems and ease of use is basically in the core of what we do. And our mission is, of course, to get What.io into becoming one of the big players in this field of digital product passport. And our focus is completely on technology at this moment, and getting this solution up to the best possible level for any kind of manufacturer in any industry, if it's automotive or batteries or interior decoration or furniture design, whatever you produce. We have a very neat and flexible technology for you to start small, build as you go along, maybe start with QR codes going into NFC, and of course add more value to your customers and to the life cycle as you go along, as we have a completely dynamic system. So that was all I wanted to share with you today. I hope you enjoyed this overview and presentation of What.io and Digital Product Passport. And reach out. I'm Stefan Larsson. Stefan.Larsson@What.io is my email. Reach out if you have questions, if you guys need consultation, or if you want to know more about what we do at What.io and how we can help you build a future business which is circular and hopefully also can help us save the planet. Thank you very much.